So dear board members, hi, my name is Herschel. I'm a senior at McNair. A few months ago, I started a petition which Adriana has given to Mr. Thomas, and the petition was addressed to the JCPOE in regards to connecting a pilot study of lead filters at water fountains at McNair and get these fountains approved in accordance with state procedures to make them potable again. So to give some background, I've been going to public school since first grade. I started off at PS 23, then went to PS 6, then Academy 1, and now I'm at McNair. And at every school that I've been to, all the water fountains have been shut off because of lead contamination. And in fact, when I first came to America in first grade from India, this was my first lesson at PS 23, to not drink from the water fountains. So most public schools in our city have a similar problem with lead contamination. And as a solution, we have water coolers in each of these schools. According to my research, we ship in 5-gallon water jug replacements frequently from a company in Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, over 110 miles at $4 per bottle approximately. This solution is neither environmentally nor economically sustainable. Trash cans throughout schools are filled to the brim with single-use, non-recyclable plastic cups. Numerous gallons of fuel are consumed annually for transportation of these water jug replacements. Students tend to bring plastic bottled water to school, and this leads to even more non-recyclable plastic garbage. And worst of all, schools often just simply run out of water jug replacements, and students have to spend the entire day without any drinking water. It's very hard for students to focus in class on such days without any water to rehydrate, especially after coming back from classes like phys ed. And lastly, a lot of teaching time is also wasted on these days as search parties of students navigate the halls going from floor to floor in search of these non-empty water coolers. So I understand that replacing all the water or all the lead-soldered pipes is not a feasible option, but there are numerous commercially available water filters that can be installed onto existing water fountains to make them potable again. So a recent water study conducted at McNair and sanctioned by the Board of Ed found that the lead levels at McNair are not significantly higher than EPA safe levels, which are 15 parts per billion. So by attaching these filters on those water fountains, it is very likely that their lead levels could be brought within safe to consume levels. And once installed, these filters, which cost about $80, they can last for 2 years and require little to no maintenance. So in the long run, these filters are a much cheaper and greener alternative to constantly refilling water coolers with replacement jugs. And so back in September, I had a meeting with district administration, including Mr. Wayne, Dr. Lyles, as well as Mr. Tony Muhammad, where this pilot study was initially approved. Since then, I've also received the approval from Tectonics, our independent water contractor, and I believe that was the last approval needed. According to my knowledge, Mr. Tony Muhammad even has these filters sitting in his office, and the final PO needed to test these filters, or to test the fountains, was approved by the board back in December. So I'm here today to formally deliver this petition, which since has amassed more than 1,000 signatories to the board, and ask the board why further action has not been taken yet since December in regards to getting these filters actually installed on the fountains at McNair. If the permissions and the POs have already been passed, what's preventing this from actually being installed? I would request that the board take heed of the petition, as well as its 1,000+ signatories, and act with a sense of urgency towards getting McNair clean drinking water again. Thank you.
Thank you.